Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Vigorous Shooter, and today I will be reviewing the Clydesdale Pro-Dual Camera Harness. In this review, I'm going to be covering the functionalities of the harness, the pros and cons, and is it worth that $200 price tag after taxes and fees. So when you order it either on Amazon or B&H, it's going to come in this box right here. And let's take a dive in the box and see what exactly is in it. When you open the box, obviously you're gonna have the harness in there. There's a little baggie that comes with it. It has two mountain screws. They're 1/4 20s. So that way you could, screw it under your camera and then lock one of the harness straps into it. And second, you're going to be getting a manual that shows you, the functionalities of the product and certain things that comes with it. It also comes with a suede baggie that you could, store your harness in. I wouldn't recommend using that. I don't use it just because, it'll kind of like crinkle up the leather a little bit. So I just want to preserve the leather. So I won't be using that at all. And then you'll get like brochures and like other things that explain the different types of harness that they have. The functions of the harness is to literally hold your cameras for you. So you could have like a more hand-free kind of experience while you either shooting an event or just around town shooting. And the way you put it on is, hold on, let me see if I can do this real quick. If you can see on the bottom ends right here, that's where you would latch the camera to. And there's also a supporter right there if you need like that extra strength, because this is pretty thin. I don't trust it to hold my camera. I use a Sony a6 V camera for my events. And on top of it, I carry a Profoto A1X for Sony. And I have a small rig cage onto the camera just so I could get more hand grip. Also a quick release plate for my gimbals and for my tripods. 18-1/5 G Master lens. It's not a heavy setup, but at the same time, it does have some weight. I wouldn't really trust this little strap to fully handle the camera, just because this whole setup is about $3,500. So I wouldn't want to play with that. So what I do is I'll strap it to it and then just keep a hand on it just so I know it's there. And other times, what you could do is you could actually have the support latch onto the camera as well, and it'll just rest on your side. But I don't think it's that usable though. You can't really pop it up and shoot because it's pretty short, as you can see. Now, the reason why I purchased this specific brand, one, every time I'm shooting events, I'm always looking for a surface area to place my camera and swapping out my lens. That can take some time because I keep a 35mm on me, a 50mm, and an 18-1/5. So like, I have these different size lenses that I have to like store, and then I have to find somewhere to put the camera. So instead of wasting the time looking for surfaces, placing it on the ground, getting my camera dirty, I said, I'm going to look for a strap that I could trust and carry the camera and stylish at the same time. And as I'm doing my research, this is when I came across the Clydesdale Pro. Now to get to the pros and cons about this baby right here. We're gonna start with the pros list first. My favorite pro is the fact that it's premium grade quality leather. And as soon as you throw it on, you look like you're ready to shoot, have war, and everything else in between. You actually look like a higher quality photographer. I mean, although the look doesn't matter, but this is what this screams out. I shoot a lot of corporate events, and it's very important for me to upkeep my look, either with the gear I wear, AKA swag, or with functionality equipment that I could use and know that it's gonna be reliable. Since most of my workflow is dependent on reliability, I had no choice but to grab one of these. So the luxury and the look of it came with it. The second pro is build quality. I know I touched on that a little bit, but seriously, this thing is like solid on your shoulders. Like you could even see where it straps and where everything attaches. The company was very thoughtful on how they use the aluminum plates and to basically secure each strap within the shoulder straps and within the camera harness itself. And the third pro, it holds my camera and I don't have to do much. And that's basically why you need it if you're buying it, right? So now that we're halfway through the video, I would like for you guys to take a second and hit that subscribe button. and also hit the notification bell while you're at it. So that way you could see more reviews and other videos from me. Now to get to the con side of it. Yeah, it is a great product, but with every great thing comes an equal negative counterpart to it. First for me on the cons list is the size. The way the company manufactured their sizes and the way they list it online, I don't think it's very accurate at all. For me, my experience only, that's the only place I could speak from. I purchased a first order and it was a medium. What ended up happening was it actually kind of swallowed me a little bit to the point where it has those straps in the back of it where you could loosen it up and tighten it up. And with those straps, if you tighten it up too much, those straps will start to stick out the back of your shoulders and it'll look very tacky. For me, when I like to be in my events, I like to be in blazers, I like to look sharp. I don't want something that little affecting the way I look. That's just me personally. That was one of the main reasons why I had to return the medium and I exchanged it for a small. Now, when the small came in, it felt like the true medium. So what I ended up doing was I ended up tightening it up a little bit. It's not exactly where I want it, but at the same time, it gives me just enough room to move through my blazers, through my jackets, my windbreakers, or on my shirts. They have an extra small, which I think that's what I should be in. But at the same time, if you look at the extra small, it looks like it was created for a petite female photographer. So looking at it, I'm like, I can't put myself in a petite. So I stuck it out with the small and it ended up working out pretty good. And my next con is when you have this thing strapped up, it's really hard to get like high shots. So for like parties and stuff like that, where the crowd is like massive and they're jumping around, getting crunked, whatever the heck they're doing, you sometimes gotta reach up to get those shots. And I can't really get my hands that high up while it's on. So a lot of the times when I'm doing those hardcore partying events, I have to take this off 80% of the time, or I'll say 90% of the time. And for me, that works with my workflow because I move fast. You know, I'm a running gunner. I like to be everywhere at the same time, getting shots, getting impossible shots. That way I could have options and give the client options as well. And the second part about it is you can't get low shots. So if you decide to get like on the floor or something, trying to get a low angle, it's not gonna happen because this kind of like restricts you from like bringing it up. And I have to be very strategic on when I'm going to use the strap and when I'm not. For the most part, I've been able to squeeze it in my workflow because at the end of the day, I needed a strap to be stylish and at the same time hold my camera for when I need to switch my lens. Take that into consideration when you're planning on purchasing something like this. One of my other cons is this strap right here. This is the main strap that holds the camera. I feel like it's very thin. Although it's durable, it feels pretty durable. I think that it could be very thin for different camera setups, especially setups heavier than mine. Now my last con, it's the back shoulder straps. So what happens is that it lifts up a little bit on the back of my shoulder. So it kind of like folds out. Now, I think the reason behind that is the fact that the leather is so stiff and it has to be worn out a little bit. But to wear it brand new and throwing it on shoots ASAP, like that kind of cramps my style a little bit. I literally had to sit with the harness on throughout the house, wearing it, trying to break it in before my next event. I edit my photos in it just so I could try to break it in before, you know, my next event. I've only had it for about 2 months, so I've seen very little improvement since I've been breaking it in to how the shoulder straps sit on my shoulders. So the question we've all been waiting for, is it worth over $200 after taxes and fees? I think it is worth it for me because it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. If you know you're going to shoot events consistently, I think it is a great buy. But if you're wearing it just to go about doing street photography and stuff like that, I don't think it's for you. Honestly, my personal opinion. But if you're going on client shoots and you gotta switch cameras fast enough and you need something to hold your cameras and look good at the same time, I think this is it, you know? I don't wear 2 cameras on it, but I don't think it would be comfortable wearing 2 cameras on it because if you're running and gunning like I am, cameras is just gonna wobble everywhere and it's not a good look. Was it worth it, the $200 plus? For me, yes, it was. But for others, it's all based on what you wanted to do for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And if you did, leave a like on it. And also leave comments down below on what kind of features that you would like in a camera strap that you don't think that I covered on here, or does it have that feature on there? And I would gladly comment back to you guys and let you know what I feel about it and my opinions on it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this, and don't forget to like this video if you found value in it. All right guys, I'll see you on my next one. Deuces.